Alright, we have the dogs. That have already been out. We've got the yappy dogs outside, yeah. Very bad night's sleep last night. Very hot and humid and yeah, a little bit tired today still. But dogs have been fed, everything's cool. Right, why am I making this video this morning? Because a new bit of information's come to light. I'm going to play it on that one, yeah, only a bit of it so you can hear what he's saying, because he's talking about some spyware that all state governments use to attack your phone, which can turn your mobile device into a listening device. And if they can mess about with your mic and everything else settings in your phone, then it really does become apparent why the mic bit doesn't work for recording videos and uploading information anymore. Just think about that, because I've been saying it for ages, and it only started when I started talking about certain things. Then I'd have periods where the mic would go off, come back on again, until it was permanently silenced. Right, let me relight my ciggy, and it is a ciggy. I'll be on the vapes again by the end of the week. Anyway, have a listen to this. It's for fair use. So, I'm not going to do the visuals, just listen.
Snowden stated, if you don't do anything to stop the sale of this technology, it's not just going to be 50,000 targets. It's going to be 50 million targets. And it's going
That's
to happen
hit
much
with
more
that
quickly than
technology that the governments have got.
If you don't do anything to stop the sale of this technology, it's not just
Governments are selling it to each other. Security services.
The way we do that is to trade.
Snowden feels that Pegasus is one of the most sophisticated
Pegasus.
pieces of malware ever created.
That's right. They don't, they're not security products. They're not providing any kind of protection.
It can be used to turn a smartphone into a listening device, and it has been used to target journalists, human rights activists, and political opponents.
They don't make
Political
vaccines. The only thing they sell is the virus. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you do. Your position
Like
doesn't
anarchists.
protect you. You're a minister, a prime minister. Guess what? You're on the list. You're Supreme Court justice. You're on the list.
So software like Pegasus can be used to silence dissenters.
Oh, of course it's an advert.
And even undermine democracy through mass surveillance. Private enterprises, including the NSO group, were creating modern weapons and were selling them to all kinds of governments around the world without any care as to the consequence.
Got it now.
Saying that they only sell this to government doesn't make that better when you look at who the targets are, just to review.
In over 50 countries, Pegasus has been used by the people in power to target journalists, human rights activists, and political opponents. It is now associated with state surveillance. Edward Snowden has been talking about the dangers of state surveillance for years now.
The Investigatory Powers Act.
Can track your every move, but only a few powerful countries have developed such technology.
This is certainly one of the most in the world. And these are major newspapers, major institutions that we rely on. This is peeling back a curtain that we have never seen done with this level of granularity.
So, it was out of reach for many countries. But with Pegasus, things were different. The NSO Group has been selling its software to multiple governments. The software can infect your phones and other devices, and then every email, message, and photo becomes a part of a secret database.
Yeah, and
Pegasus
you
allows
notice
for data to be
layering on
collected
your
in real
phone,
time, and it doesn't leave any
like
visible
different
sign of
tiles are
intrusion.
being used on your
So
phone.
every keystroke is recorded,
Yeah,
and your camera and microphone broadcast information even when your phone is switched off.
I think it's actually
so you
worse.
can't
When
speak
I
through
say
your
they're spying in
microphone,
your pocket, it's the
but it's
potential,
recording
it's the
you,
capability, it's the
everything in
fact
your
that,
house.
these things are talking to the mobile phone network and tracking your locations. You've got, Facebook spying on you.
Edward Snowden saw that Mexico was one of the world's largest users of Pegasus. The government had used it in its attempts to infiltrate the drug trade. Between 2005 and 2015, drug traffickers used BlackBerry phones to communicate. The encryption was strong enough that most governments couldn't crack it.
But these are largely commercial programs for commercial purposes. What we see now are people creating an industry to hack those phones and go beyond the level of spying that already previously we knew existed.
But Pegasus was a
game changer. It's a reaction video, isn't it? Yeah? I'm just pointing out the connections between the US and the UK governments, the organisations that are selling the malware that the governments are using to interfere and spy on you online, on your mobile devices, everything else. So, what do you get from that once you notice the chat steerers? Right, so you know you've got people steering in your chat to press buttons. Who would they be? Would they be rivals? Or would they be estate agents? Just think about that. Because it's not just people you can see and work out what's going on. There's a hidden hand behind it all. What's really doing it? And that's what I've been trying to point out to you. They are the ones manipulating the criminals and targeting them when they become a threat. And if you're doing a little bit of activism, whether it be anonymous or anything else, then obviously you've got unsecure communications, haven't you? So you're then left with sub-languages. And your slang jargons, which they might not understand, but once they put AI to it, they'll work it out. Music is a whole different level. It means many different things to many different people. So AI struggles with it, but it'll work that out too eventually. So all you can do is, if you're disabled, you're not running about around the town, are you? If you're trying to do your tasks, what you've got to do around your property, if you don't do them, the property starts going into decline, so you've got to start keeping on top of that. If you can't keep on top of that and sort your own housework out, then obviously you're not right for going to work and then coming back to your house and not being able to do that, are you? That's disabled life, I'm afraid. Yeah, they might suspect someone's playing the system or whatever, and they put you in prison and video you from all angles to see if you're telling the truth. Yeah. Well, I was telling the truth. So the Investigatory Powers Act was used for what? Because someone kept saying things, didn't they? And eventually that thing happened, didn't it? After many, many warnings, it happened anyway. But there you go. So I took heed of the warnings. And they took heed of the warnings. But still, after all said and done, reality is the truth, isn't it? It happened. So what was the point in setting up the fight in the first place? What information was they trying to get? Because they didn't get it. All they got was what they was told they was going to get. I'm still disabled. Still having problems. Still laying on my bed, ain't I? Do you think that would drive me bored? Fucking right. Do you think I like living like this? No. I used to live in a spotless house. Now I can't keep it spotless. But it doesn't bother me. Because still, like I said, I'm living in a state of love and peace. This morning she come and jumped in the middle of them both. She had her belly rub this morning, a slow belly rub, because her stuff started flaring up again. So I'm going to tell the people that I've got the dog. Get her to a vet to get it sorted, because I've cleared up my two. She's coming back on Marnie now. But I think most of that's down to him moulding. Hers doesn't seem to be going away very well. It goes down a little bit and then it comes back again. So I think she needs to go vets and get it checked out properly and get treated for it. But this temporary measure's working, but just not fully working. So it's costing a lot of money to sort it out. Do you know what I mean? Which isn't my responsibility. My dogs didn't have that when she came here. Yeah, I mean, if anything, if they all need treating, it's going to be an expensive exercise, isn't it? So I'm sort of weighing up the possibilities of what's happening with Willow. Right, I've had a bit of chat.
Game changer. It led to the arrest of notorious drug lords like Joaquin Guzman Loera. In addition, it helped to arrest people involved in heinous offenses like child abuse. But the Mexican government used the software to spy on prominent human rights lawyers, journalists, anti-corruption activists, and people critical of the government.
Anti-corruption activists.
Your position isn't going to protect you. If you're a minister, prime minister, guess
How
what?
about that?
You're a Supreme Court justice. You are on the list. If you're an ordinary
Accused the
person,
council and the landlords of
guess what?
corruption, denying kickback
According to media
contracts and that
sources,
which will
the Mexican
prove
military
right.
was the first customer to use Pegasus.
Councils using tobacco firms for their pension pot and sending out stressy letters making
And
people
then the
smoke
clandestine
more, making a
negotiations
meal,
started over
all
shots of
for their
tequila
profits
and
and their
someone
pension
presumably
pot.
dancing in the background.
Corruption.
And that is why Snowden is concerned about
They had to
mass
change that.
surveillance and wants the surveillance industry to be tightly regulated.
Now they've got a new revenue stream
The solution here
because they've got caught out with their corruption.
collective. This is not
Now they've
about
moved into
what
mental
you
health.
individually, because it's you versus a
That's their new revenue stream.
You can't
They've
argue
got the
that
budgets
spyware can be
for the
used
mental
good
health angle
purposes, like
from the
destroying the drug
lockdown.
trade. But the issue is that
Now
the
you know
potential
what
for
all the
abuse is
lockdown and the
unlimited,
information
and the
gathering during
consequences
that
could be
period was
drastic.
about.
Just like what happened to Saudi Arabian journalist Jamal
Anyone
Khashoggi.
with mere suspicion of a crime, it can be enacted.
His armor's chrono indicated it was morning.
Snowden saw firsthand how Pegasus could be used for
You know, I'm
nefarious
just talking
purposes
through a
by
video,
some
aren't I?
governments. Snowden and Jamal Khashoggi had collaborated on several projects. One of these projects was a short film on human rights.
While
And
looking
the
at me
other was
dogs.
an initiative to create an online community for democracy in Saudi Arabia. These actions may have put Jamal Khashoggi on the wrong side of Saudi Arabian authorities. Agents from Saudi Arabia bugged Khashoggi's phone, and they used to track his movements. Snowden feels that Pegasus was used by Saudi agents for this purpose.
Are you
Khashoggi
listening
was
to
last
this?
seen entering the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul, but wasn't
Using
seen leaving it.
phones to track
Soon,
movements.
there were reports that he was killed and dismembered in the premises. Earlier this year, Hanan Aladar Khashoggi, Jamal Khashoggi's wife, filed a suit before the District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, seeking damages for violations of U.S. federal anti-hacking laws and domestic laws in the state of Virginia. She alleges that the spyware was even found on her phone, and she feared for her life as a result of the illegal surveillance. Similarly, 13 journalists from El Salvador filed a lawsuit before a U.S. federal court in California after their phones were compromised by Pegasus. In addition, major tech firms like Meta, Apple, and Microsoft have filed lawsuits against the company. The international response to Pegasus has been mixed.
Horrifying, isn't it?
In 2021, the U.S. Department of Commerce restricted the NSO Group from accessing American tech. The Biden administration blacklisted the spyware manufacturer, and it has criticized the NSO Group for how much potential for abuse the software has.
U.S. President Joe Biden has signed an executive order restricting the government.
But states are using it, American and UK included.
Political dissent around the globe. The latest move comes more than a year after the Biden administration imposed sanctions on the Israeli spyware manufacturer NSO Group. It's Pegasus.
So it's Israeli.
Has been linked to the surveillance of hundreds
No
of
slur.
figures, journalists, and
But it's
human rights
Israelis that are selling it to
Many
all countries around the world.
continue to use this software without
And you
any
can
repercussions.
be guaranteed they've got a
Due to
backdoor into
international
the
pressure and
spyware
sanctions,
as well.
The NSO Group's finances were hit.
So it's
It
their
was unable to
information
service
gathering
its debt
machine.
obligations, and its lenders moved to foreclose the company. Now the company is under new ownership and faces the daunting task of rehabilitating its image. In 2010, the NSO Group was founded by 3 Israeli software engineers. Soon enough, they became
Mossad.
the leader in the zero-click hacking space. The company was purchased by private equity investors.
Right, so they got Pegasus,
and then
right?
in 2019, Noble
Here's the thing.
acquired it for $500 million in a leveraged buyout funded deal.
It's been used for tracking child abuse and trafficking and
The
shit,
Israeli
yeah?
government required the company to get a license before it could sell the
But it didn't
software
catch
to a country.
Epstein, did it?
And this was used by Israel as diplomatic leverage over countries like Mexico, India, and Saudi
And
Arabia.
Epstein's,
But after its financial fortunes changed,
there's lots of rumours
NSO
and
was
talk
across
about
from
it being a
several
Mossad
US-based cybersecurity companies
honeypot
for finance,
operation.
but the deals never went through. NSO CEO recently admitted that their clients, i.e. governments, misused tools created by the company. He stated,
So the ones that are
"I will not tell you
involved
that
in
we
the
never had
honeypot
mistakes,
operation,
but
they're
we
obviously
acted
aware of the
responsibly.
Pegasus, so
We
they're
make sure
taking
that all of
appropriate
our
measures
customers
not to
understand
get
what
caught
abuse
out by it.
means, understand what are the legitimate use cases for the tools." This
And if it
statement
was
is unanimous
used
considering
on
what
that
various
network,
governments around the world have
there
done.
should be proofs on that,
One
shouldn't
of
there?
the more recent examples was found by advocacy groups like Amnesty
Are you
International.
dreaming about Marnie?
These researchers found that the software was used to spy on American activists and journalists between 2020 and 2022. Similarly, the Pegasus Project found that countries like Azerbaijan, Hungary, India, Morocco, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab
Rwanda.
Emirates were NSO clients. These countries target
where
over
the
100
refugees get
native
sent,
journalists.
right? Rwanda.
Crackdowns on independent
A
media.
little, but you
In
can't
India,
solve the problem.
at least 40
It's the
journalists
And they're going to be
reported
phoning
their
their
media
relatives
outlet in the country.
in the UK, aren't they? Saying that they couldn't get in and they've been deported to the blah blah blah, and all that information's getting listened to, isn't it? Through Pegasus. So they're going to let out all the fucking traffickers' information and everything. It's well set up.
And in 2021, it was planning to deploy the software in criminal investigations.
So they're using
But
Rwanda,
ultimately, it decided not to
so
go
they don't
ahead.
have to do it themselves.
FBI Director Christopher
But
Wray
Rwanda's
suggested
on
that
this
the
list
FBI
with
may still
Pegasus
use and
spyware.
develop similar tools. The Drug
Oh,
Enforcement
money.
Administration seems to be using a
Are you
software
having a
similar to
dream, are
Pegasus
you?
called Graphite, which was made by an Israeli company called Paragon. Apart from Pegasus, there are other spywares that are being used to invade phones and spy on the general populace. There is Predator, which was marketed by the Greek company Intellectia, and it has been sold to the Madagascar government. Now, after the Biden administration took action against Pegasus, the spyware industry was in a state of turmoil. 3 spyware companies went bankrupt, and NSO took a severe financial hit. To prevent other companies from being blacklisted, the Israeli government reduced the number of countries to which spyware could be sold to
Right, now you
37
imagine
from 110.
cell
This
phones
hasn't stopped
inside,
the NSO group. At present, there are new zero-click
and the
exploits that
prison
conduct remote
service
attacks
has
on
got
iPhones
inserted
running iOS
agents in
15
it
and
now,
16. Also, the company is attempting to prevent people from
who are
finding out
using
about the exploits by removing all
tools of the
traces of the
state.
infection. The issue with the surveillance industry is that there is no guarantee that the people using these tools will comply with local laws. That is why Edward Snowden believes that the commercial spyware industry should not even
Just a
exist.
heads up for those in there that do that sort of thing. You get what I'm saying anyway. And that was Edward Snowden admits, I'm horribly sorry for this. But he's just dropped the worst possible news on what people suspected. But he's just confirmed it. How long ago was this posted? 3 days ago. So it's current. Right, I guess that would be a between me and you moment, wouldn't it? That's letting someone have that knowledge what they didn't have before. See how it links to what the person's seen with his own eyes for his life experience, and there you go. Put 2 and 2 together now, mate, and you've got 4. Got it? You don't get 2 and 2 and makes 5. You've got your 4. How you tend to, or what you choose to do with that knowledge now you're aware of it. My personal advice would be talk mouth to mouth with people, not with technology on you, as the only secure form of talking to people. You've then got to hope that that person doesn't go and repeat it on a fucking bit of technology. So, you see what I mean? Once they learn it's being countered, then they just switch to something else like that Predator or whatever the other names were going in there. But it's in use. People are getting caught out by it. Obviously, there's going to be false rumours going about. Oh, this guy done this guy done that. When it might possibly be you've been overheard talking about something and they knew all about it in the first place. So be careful. Be very, very careful out there now you know that. Don't let it affect you. Just be aware of it. It's another layer that you've got to be aware of in life. See, I might not be in the echelons of power either side of the grey line, which is called the law, but the knowledge what I've amassed through my life from not being distracted following those lines in life is because I've been paying attention to stuff like this. I got put on a list a long time ago, but the person who I started learning from warned me that was going to happen, and we've both been having the same problems because we're both on different sides of the world communicating with each other. And once they worked that out, then they started interfering in that. So we had to focus on the subject, what we was there to learn. But we knew it. And as it went on and on and on, it turns out that the Americans was teaching the English what they weren't allowed to know by their government, and in return we was teaching the Americans back. You see what I mean? So I went through a process after learning about seismology where I started changing subjects that I was learning. So I started learning about oil, about processing, about cloning, about nutrients, about turning from flour to oil through extracting CBD and THC. Got the knowledge, just haven't used it properly yet. But that'll be done for when it's allowed to be medication. The state can do it, or I'll do it. One way or the other, it's getting done. Not for illegal purposes, but for health. And that's what I've always stuck to. But it's the idiots, the uneducated idiots around me that they've got to re-educate. So I've started doing that myself as well. This is how I wake up, this is what I do in the morning. Bothering any of you out there, are you? Little whiff of smoke catch your nose, did it? Go on then, put your complaint in so we know who you are. And then you'll be the ones that will be re-educated on the subject. But it will expose you for your flaw in life, which is causing other people problems. So that's how I'm using that situation now. There is talk with the next government that they will be legalising it, but they want to eradicate tobacco, so that tells you it's going to be medical. I want to give up smoking anyway and turn it into food-based. So I'm not even going to be vaping it. I might have the occasional pipe or whatever if I want to quick act it. But not with anything else but a bit of bud in it. So, I've also worked out that you can now, you know, after someone saw me doing it as a test thing online, bit of bud with CBD oil on it. So you get an extra CBD. And it smoked and it burnt okay. Didn't taste manky or nothing, so you know. Now, Marnie, you're quite happy there, aren't you, buddy? Having your loving session this morning? Yes, you've had your growly moan at her, haven't you? Haven't you? Let's have a look at little fat bitch anyway. How you doing, Willow? How are you doing, Willow? Oh, where are you going? Look, you're going to stomp all over my phone just to get the fire. Okay, Mum. Hello, beautiful girl. Hello. And there's a Hulkster too, look. There he is, look, and you snuggled all up to him again, haven't you? You two are thick as thieves, aren't you? Well, her fur ain't have been falling out anyway, so I think a lot of this is down to mowing. Yeah, they're little. I don't know. Right, I'm going to have a ciggy, start getting my day in order. Telly's not on, music's not on. It's been raining. Started last night, like I said, and then it's just kept raining. It's been raining over the night, but it was very, very humid, like I said. Fell asleep with the fan on after struggling to get to sleep last night. Just humid, sweaty, horrible weather. Then you got a dog laying beside you on the bed. It's like, so you toss and you turn, and yeah. So what am I going to do today? I've got a big bucket of paint, but I need drying weather for the paint, so I can't do that at the moment. I could do the shelves for the wardrobe in the other bedroom. Do a bit more cleaning in the kitchen. Yeah, I'm sort of bored and looking for stuff to do now. No coffee today though. You licking your spots, are you? Let's have a look. What one you licking? There's no spots there. Oh, what are you doing then? You're just making a snorty old noise, are you? We'll give you a spray in a minute, don't worry. That's it, you have your belly rub. There you go, we'll do it slowly for you, see it don't make you itch. Yeah, oh, it's going to make you itch anyway, isn't it? Laying in wait for the postman. Oh, Willow, what's up, baby girl? What you want to do then? What you want to do then, fatty? What you want to do? What's his tail? Look, what's his? There. Yeah, this is the life, I'm afraid. We're not afraid. This is how it is at the moment. Nothing I can do about it. So, I'm going to make myself a nice pot of tea. Keep off the coffee today. And just enjoy. See what videos pop up during the day. But yeah, if anyone's paying attention to that, I'm not going to title it towards that, but yeah, serious shit, eh? So if you imagine your top echelons of a certain lifestyle, you know you're going to be on that list. Especially after if there's been any insinuations about thoughts you might have, because that's what it's really about, your thoughts. So, yeah, cards close to your chest, buddy. Cards close to your chest. I just watched that fly across and land on some clothes over there, you fat fucking slobbery bitch. What are you doing? That just went across and landed on my clothes, bitch. Get down then, if you're hot. Go lay on the floor with Hulk, Marnie. Go on. Get this foot on. I will get you. Hey, I've got a bit of room to move into. Yay. I can move in my own bed, slobberer. Yeah. You've had your cod liver oil this morning, haven't you? Marnie's got sweeties. Marnie's got sweeties in Norway. Holster's like, Marnie's got what? Marnie's got sweeties in Norway. No one wants to go and lay with Marnie, eh? Go and get yourself a drink, girl. Go and get a drink, Spotty's mouth. Go on. Yeah, I've got a blanket on top of here. I've got slobber trails everywhere. Oh, hello, you soppy girl. See, it's starting to come up on the neck and everything. So, but those ones have gone down now. That's just what it looks like on a fur after the spots go down. Funny stuff, innit? I don't know what to make of it. I'm treating it the best I can. So you're going to have a spray today, bitch? Yes, you are. Spotty. Yes, but you are a beautiful girl, aren't you? Yes. That's it. All the squawking, screechy kids have shut up out there now, haven't they? Eh? That's it. You can lie there and go to sleep. Ugh. I might have a nap today as well. Right, what should we have for dinner today? Or lunch? I'm actually thinking about food. Doesn't happen very often first thing in the day, but I'm not smoking. So there you go. Right, let's roll myself a cigar. How are we doing? 40 minutes, that'll do. I might decide to do a bit of housework today. We shall see.